This is a special presentation from Nashville Public Radio. Jason.
Yes.
Are you ready to play a game?
Sure. Can I win?
Okay, so when somebody's making a commercial or directing a TV show, they often want music playing in the background to really bring these visuals to life.
Right. This is the whole side of the music business called music sync or music synchronization.
Right. So what will happen is that somebody will write up what they call a brief. Mm-hmm. And the brief is kind of like what they're looking for in the song. And they'll send these briefs out to music sync reps like Katie Jelen.
You know, we want a song that is bright and bubbly, that has a certain BPM, male vocal, female vocal, genre.
Katie Jelen owns her own company. It's called Honestly Good Music. She has a roster of independent artists who want to get those spots. And so we are going to read through a brief.
Okay.
And then we are going to hear the songs that Katie picked. And we're going to see if you can pick the song that ultimately made it into the ad.
Okay.
We got this brief and it said, we're pulling together tracks to drive an upcoming online campaign for a household name beverage brand.
It's Powerade. The national beverage company is Powerade.
We need fresh, up-tempo, modern tracks that capture the feeling of power, both lyrically and sonically. This word must appear in the lyric. Tone, confident, energetic, and modern, not loud or aggressive. Should feel sleek, digital, and current. Fits the CGI visuals. No stadium rock or big sports anthem vibes.
Must say power.
Yes. Yes. And so all of these have power in the hook.
So one thing that kind of amazed me was how much work happens for free. All the artists that Katie worked with, they all make these songs ahead of time in hopes that they will get the placement.
So this first one is called Power by Mejia.
Feel it in my veins, gonna say my name, make the ground shake, it'll never be the same. Do it again, make it a 10, I got the power. You wanna bet, good as it gets, put in the hours. You know there's no stopping it, we take what's ours. Do it again, make it a 10, I got the power.
So there you go. So that's Power by Mejia.
So that was song one. Let's do song two.
And this next one is I Got the Power by Elena Cross.
You feel that bass hitting, gonna bring it like that. I got the power, and I'm on my way. I got the power, make it look easy, let's play. I got the power, and I'm on my way. I got the power, make it look easy, let's play.
What did you think about that one?
I like the first one better, but it's darker. This is like major beverage brand. Mm-hmm. How dark do they want to go?
And then this one's Unleash the Power, which is the artist Madeline.
Heads up, here it comes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I mean, surely that was the one, right? I mean, like, me personally, not my favorite, but God, that sounds like a commercial for something, you know?
Let's keep in mind, so we listened to 3 songs.
Yeah.
Katie would love if this music supervisor was getting only 3 songs.
Right.
But this music supervisor also sent the brief to 40 other sync reps like
Yes.
Katie who are going to send her 10 songs. And so ultimately there's going to be 500 songs that this music supervisor is going to choose. And the one that they went with...
Don't settle for less. Get more of what you want with new Power Water from Powerade. More electrolytes, more flavor, and 0 sugar.
Do it again, make it a 10, I got the power.
Finally, a fitness water that gives you more. Powerade Power Water, official partner of Team USA.
It was song 1.
Hey, that was my favorite.
That was your favorite.
We saw it premiered during the Olympics following the Super Bowl on Sunday, which was very exciting. I mean, it's amazing that anything makes it onto television, honestly. Like, every placement is a miracle.
This is Music Citizens. I'm your host, Jason Moon Wilkins.
I'm your reporter, Justin Barney. This is episode 6, Katie Jelen, the Syncmaster. time you see a commercial, every time you see an Instagram ad or a TV show, there is a fierce battle going on for what song is picked. And when you hear a song in a commercial for a Google Pixel or a trailer for a TV show like Billions, you might be hearing her work. But the fight has gotten much harder in recent years.
It's gotten so competitive and people have gotten so cutthroat.
She's competing against the biggest pop stars, and she's also competing against the cheapest music libraries. And soon, she might be competing with AI. And so this kind of golden age of sync that we've had could be collapsing. So this episode is about music sync. How would you describe music sync?
Music synchronization. It is the act of synchronizing music to film, TV, video games. Truly, that's at the base core of it. That's the mechanics.
Yeah.
And then there's the business of who selects those songs for synchronization, who is pitching those songs, and who's creating those songs.
And Katie Jelen is one of those people. She's not at the top. Mm-hmm. She's not an artist who's making it. She's in the middle. She's working between the musician and the person who ultimately picks the song. I'm way out here in West Nashville at Katie's home studio.
Good morning.
Hello. How does your day start?
Typically, I'm in my pajamas right now. I did get dressed today because you guys were coming.
Thank you.
But yes, the truth is I'm usually closing deals in my pajamas.
Many of our other subjects for Music Citizens, they have very physical jobs.
Yeah.
Owner of a venue, vinyl presser, piano tuner. This is the first time that we're doing a desk job.
Which is most of the jobs.
Katie sits down at her kitchen table. We open up her laptop.
Our clients are music supervisors. Whenever they reach out to us, that kind of dictates our days.
She's literally waiting for the emails to find her well. And those emails are coming in from music supervisors who are sending briefs.
The brief will say how much money we have, what kind of terms we'll have for the agreement, but then most importantly, it's the creative element.
Madeline Dowling, music supervisor.
We always say that music tells the viewer how to feel about what they're seeing.
Music a lot of times is selling the spot, you know? They want an earworm. You know, they want something that's interesting, that's going to grab someone's attention because they know that most people are sitting on their phone.
People hate ads. You don't want to watch them?
No.
You're resisting it.
Yeah.
But then if a song can win you over, a song is a feeling. And if you can have that feeling get somebody excited, which will then get them to buy the thing, that's why there's still money there.
The kind of money we're talking about is a massive range. Super Bowl ads, that can be upwards of $2 million. But an Instagram ad can be as little as $200. In the middle there, you've got something like a Netflix TV show.
Why Love is Blind.
I'm here to find my love, my life.
Which is generally in the $1,000 to $30,000 range. Sync really is one of the last places where musicians are making pretty good money. I mean, there are people in Nashville, a whole group of them, who just write for Sync. And some of them record these songs under different identities.
So interestingly, when I was recording with Katie, Katie's husband is a producer, and he was doing a co-writing session with that artist, Mahia, a.k.a. Annalisa Franklin, upstairs.
I have these different avenues just sonically. Probably the most well-known is Baby Frankie.
Go ahead and give it to him. Are you ready for the evolution?
And it's very bubbly, kind of feisty girl rap. And then I have Mahia. I just think it's a huge gift if in this day and age you can support yourself doing music exclusively, and that is something I'm lucky enough to say.
But that is getting harder and harder to do.
That's coming up after the break. There's always been music in movies, in advertisements. There were jingle houses.
Yes.
There was the Double Mint Gum song.
Pleasure, double your fun with double good double mint gum.
I can sing the Munchie Cheese song if you would like.
Right? And because advertisements had these hokey jingles, I mean, you were in a band in the 90s.
Yeah, a few, yes.
At that time, what did you think if someone had offered to put your band's song in an ad on TV?
That would mean the death of your band in 1995.
Why?
Because there was this idea of credibility and sincerity, and did you want your music aligned in the minds of listeners with Wendy's?
Our baked potato, junior bacon cheeseburger, and our biggie fries. There's even a new Caesar side salad.
No, you didn't want that, and you would get crucified by your peers and by the critics.
Right.
But I have a very distinct memory of when the mood changed. And that was when the Shins, early 2000s, had a song in a McDonald's commercial.
There will be a first step, a first word, and of course, a first French fry.
And it was as, post-Napster, music business in disarray, we're all trying to figure everything out. And I think at first it was like, what are they doing? And then it was, did you hear how much money? Then it was, this is a shrewd business move.
We're talking about the early 2000s, the advent of the internet. And there's more music from independent artists than ever before. And advertising becomes a way for people to discover music.
Yes.
Like with the Apple iPod commercials.
Because you look so fine that I really want to make you mine. I say you look so fine that I really want to make you mine.
Jet, are you going to be my girl?
Yeah, Jet was a huge one. Yes.
Feist.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me that you love me more. Sleepless, long nights. That's what my youth was for.
And then in TV, everybody pinned the culture shift singularly to Grey's Anatomy.
Nobody knows where they might end up. Nobody knows.
This I know well.
Okay.
Because at that time, this is 2005, I had friends, they might struggle to get 50 people to come to their show at the OG basement, but Grey's Anatomy just paid them lots of zeros. Oh man, so many friends who, they bought me drinks because of Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy was everything when I started to do sync. That was sort of the holy grail. If you were to get a song on there, your notoriety would jump incredibly the next day.
I was talking to Lynn Grossman, who is the owner of Secret Road, a sync placement company. She told a story about Ingrid Michaelson being placed on the season finale.
The next day we got a call saying that it was going to be the actual end of the entire season episode. And they had taken a 4-minute song or 3-minute song and elongated it into 6 minutes.
He's gone.
It was the scene where Christina walks out on her wedding and is ripping off her wedding dress.
I'm free.
And it's to Ingrid's song, Keep Breathing, for 6 minutes.
Wow.
And then the day after that, she was the #1 and #2 most searched item in the country. One was the name of her song and the other was her name. And she was a relatively unknown artist 2 days before. So it was kind of incredible.
For Ingrid Michaelson, that becomes, she gets a career, she gets placed on festivals, she gets booked. It was a huge turning point for her.
So Secret Road, Grey's Anatomy, suddenly the indie space is open.
Mm-hmm.
How many other sync companies were doing that kind of thing?
From what I know, maybe 4.
And how many are doing stuff like that now?
Maybe 100.
And one of those 100 or so companies is owned by one of Lynn's own proteges, Katie Jelen. Katie's origin story is so great. She started as a performer and then realized that she didn't want to be a performer.
Realized that I hated being in the spotlight.
And so she did the logical thing that anybody would do.
And I enrolled in law school.
Sure.
Because she's like, it's going to be handy. She moves to LA. She takes the bar, she fails the bar. And so she sees an ad from Secret Road,
this old 2-year expired internship listing.
and she sends Lynn Grossman an email.
The fact that she even saw my email was a miracle. She's like not great at emails.
And Lynn is like, you can have an internship. We really like you. The problem is you're graduated and we can't give you credit and we're afraid that you're going to sue us.
But if you can figure out a workaround, we'd love to figure it out.
And so Katie, in her very first act as a non-legal lawyer,
I used my very expensive law degree and drafted a contract
ensuring that she will not get paid and also will not sue for the work that she is doing.
She used her degree.
But it, got me in the door.
So she starts with Secret Road. Secret Road is growing. Competitors are expanding. And then eventually she gets a job at Warner Chappell, and she made some very life-changing ads.
Let's talk about bacon, cheese. Let's talk about mustard, please. Let's talk about all the toppings, veggie chopping. Add some red potatoes, mustard, pepper too, 'cause it's creamy tater salad for my summer barbecue.
Wow. If you want a reminder of why artists were hesitant to jump into this space. Are you going to do what with my song?
And so she's working at Warner. Warner is like, oh, all this stuff is happening in Nashville. A lot of the sync artists were happening in Nashville.
Right.
And they hired Katie to be here.
I would honestly venture to say I think Nashville probably has the biggest community of creatives that work in sync out of any other music city.
Because Nashville has a lot of career musicians.
Mm-hmm. You have people who discover, man, maybe the road's not for me, or they want to start a family. So what is this other thing I can continue to do that is creative, that I'm using my skills to do? It became like a legitimate side hustle to supplement the artist career.
For a lot of artists, it became this thing where like you could just do that. You can just do sync.
So, that lasted for quite a while. I mean, I would say 2015 to 2018 was like gangbusters. I've heard. I didn't have my own company then. I wish I did.
And then COVID happens. And in COVID, no one's touring, no one's making money. Literally, the only place where artists can make money is in sync.
Truly.
I was working at Warner at the time, and it was really fascinating to watch it kind of unfold in real time, because a lot of major artists, when their tours got pulled and they have, maybe hundreds of people on salary to support these global tours and no longer have income coming in, they started freaking out. Major acts were like, anything you can get us, we don't care.
They are taking less for these contracts than they ever would have before.
Yeah.
And then at that point, I was like, oh, this has changed.
This is when Katie opened up her own indie sync company.
I tell our creatives, we need to sonically compete with what the majors are doing, but just in a little bit more of an affordable way.
But then she's also competing with something even more affordable, which is music libraries.
The libraries have entered the chat.
The libraries have entered the chat, who are just making like background music. Yeah. And so now you have high, medium, low, kind of like all intersecting and all fighting for the same space.
Yeah.
There's so much saturation and there's so much competition and there's a lot of sync going on, but it's the less of the big hits. It's less of the Grey's Anatomy and more 30-second Instagram ad that's going to run for 2 weeks.
Yeah, those contracts, much lower.
It's really hard to make a living if you're going to choose the path.
And at this moment, there is a looming question that could impact that path for everybody. I'm talking about AI because how does AI work? You're putting in, a brief, and it's going to put something out the other side, and that seems very similar to the way that Sync already works.
Okay, Jason.
Yes, sir.
I have a second game for us to play.
I fear this game.
So we're doing all this speculation about AI and how it's going to possibly affect music sync.
Yeah.
Let's just do it. Let's just take the brief, we'll put it into AI, and we'll see what it comes out with.
Okay.
And so the one that we're going to use is Suno.
Yep.
Because right now in music sync, I didn't talk to anybody who was like, I'm using AI. But I did talk to a couple of people who were like, there's kind of a don't ask, don't tell policy.
Oh, people don't want to talk about it, but songwriters, demo makers, producers, they are utilizing this technology.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We're going to put the brief into Suno and see what happens. This is the brief that Katie got for the Powerade commercial.
We need fresh, up-tempo, modern tracks that capture the feeling of power. This word must appear in the lyric. Tone, confident, energetic, and modern. Should feel sleek, digital, and current. Fits the CGI visuals. No stadium rock or big sports anthem vibes.
All right. So are we ready?
Sure.
I'm pressing create. It's thinking. It's making. It's doing whatever it is that AI does. I see a bunch of spinny wheels. Upgrade for full song. We won't need that.
It's a 30-second commercial. We don't need a full song.
Okay. The first song that comes up is called Power on My Tongue.
I think I hurt myself.
Okay. I'm going to press play.
Let's listen.
Coffee stain on my t-shirt, running late. Same old song, scroll your name. Then I freeze up, type it out, then it's gone. Every word feels loaded, every pause feels loud. I rehearse what I'll never say till I'm talking to the crowd. In my head, got this power on my tongue. Every syllable on my tongue, every syllable could cut or hold you.
Holy shit.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
I feel hope draining out of me.
Oh my God. I thought it was just going to be slop.
Yes.
I thought it was going to be unintelligible. I thought it was going to be barely music. That is a song.
It's an actual song that sounds like a human, and the words made sense. The chorus was catchy.
I mean, honestly, I thought that this game was going to be fun.
I told you I feared the game.
I thought we were going to come out and say, oh, well, look at that. We're all speculation. We're all fear mongering, and we put it into AI, and we came out with crap. That's scary.
And that was the free version.
I talked to Katie's husband, who's a producer.
Mm-hmm.
As a musician, he was like, why would I use AI to make a song? That's the fun part. That's the part that I want to do. And I was like, I see that. I think that's a good point.
I think that's a best point.
But I'm sorry to say it, but the people who want the music aren't going to ask you to make it. They're going to be the ones that make it. They're looking to cut out middlemen.
And if the bottom line is money, and you're going to save $10,000 by pushing a button, you're going to push that button.
It's like, wow, like if a company really wanted to do that, what's stopping them?
I want to tell you about Q Parks. He's a Nashville hip hop artist. He's made like 200 songs for Sync. You think he's got like 20 placements.
I went full throttle doing Sync because I've never got a single penny from just my personal music.
I was like, what do you think about AI? And he was like, who's stopping anybody from making a song like me?
No one is.
No one is. But then I talked to Katie, and she didn't feel the same way about AI. And in fact, the reason that she doesn't involves a story with Q Parks. So Katie knows the music supervisor on the show Billions.
And when they were looking for the song for the trailer for the final season, we had sent a bunch of music and didn't get it, went away. A month later, I got this song turned in from an artist that we work with, Q Parks.
Got the energy inside of me for the throne. I give the loyalty. I set the rules, yeah, they follow me. Don't need a hit or to get me.
And the moment I heard the song, I was like, this is the song for Billions. Because I'd watched every season. Like, I knew the energy of the show. I knew the characters. And I reached out to the supervisor and said, you know, I'm sure this is long gone, but I just got this song in, and I think that this is the song. And he goes, oh my God, you're right. And it became the song for the trailer.
Let's go.
We're gonna hold the rich and powerful and criminal accountable for their actions, no matter the cost.
It is my pleasure to announce my run for President of the United States.
You know, I had watched the show. I knew the energy of it. Like, that's not something you're gonna read in a brief. Like, that's the human kind of connection and experience. And that's not something that AI can do.
Music Citizens is a project of WNXP and Nashville Public Radio.
Thank you to our sync expert, Lynn Grossman.
Wait, are you on WNXP? Okay, I shouldn't have mentioned Lightning 100. You can edit that out.
Artist Q Parks.
I'm thinking of like X-Men.
And Annalisa Franklin.
I have 4,919 voice memos.
Thank you, Madeline Dowling, for the special help.
Are you going to thank me for special help in the credits?
And of course, thank you to our subject, Katie Jelen.
I wish there was any sort of validation, but we have to find our validation within.
Throughout the episode, you heard some very short clips from Ingrid Michaelson, Feist, Jet, Mahia, Elena Cross, Mayland, and The Shins.
And of course, a first French fry.
None of our sync music was done by AI. Our scoring was done by the very human Jay Ragsdale.
But thank you for that one song, Suno.
Thank you, Justin.
Mixing and mastering done by Michael Pollard.
Music Citizens was created by Jason Moon Wilkins.
And it was reported and produced by Justin Barney.
Thank you to the brains behind this episode, producer and editor, Emily Siner. Thank you, Emily.
And thanks to the ears and ideas of Julie Hight, Celia Gregory, Megan Jones, and Leigh Mayo.
WNXP social and landing page help from Carly Butler.
Big thanks to everybody at WNXP and Nashville Public Radio.
And this would not happen without institutional support from the Tennessee Arts Commission and the First Horizon Foundation.
You can listen to more great music stories at WNXP.org.
Jason, there are a couple places where big syncs are still happening, like Grey's Anatomy. One of them is on the Netflix reality TV dating show, Love is Blind.
Why Love is Blind?
And Katie did some syncs for it.
We just confirmed 2 songs for this next season.
Do you know what song was played live for the first time on Love is Blind that then became a worldwide phenomenon?
No.
Featured in episode 5 of Music Citizens, Alex Warren's Ordinary.
I did not think we were going to get an Alex Warren callback.